Hello fans and friends across the universe, and welcome back to my channel from me to you. My name's Keir Smith, and for today's video I'd like to talk about the upcoming John Lennon box set, Power to the People, and more importantly the glaring omission from this box set. So on the 10th of October this year, a day after what would have been John Lennon's 85th birthday, this new Power to the People box set is due to be released. And it promises to be the most lavish of box sets released by the Lennon camp. 9 CDs, 3 Blu-rays, a whopping 12-disc deluxe box set, 4 LPs, 2 LPs, 2 CDs, whatever takes your fancy, or rather, whatever your budget allows you to. And this box set covers the whole 1972 period where John and Yoko were at the height of their political activism. We're going to get the one-to-one concerts, demos, outtakes, live jams, etc. Also included in the box set, at long last, we're going to get the ultimate mixes of 9 of the 10 tracks from the Sometime in New York City album, which of course was released in 1972. But why only 9 of the 10 tracks? Well, I'll get to that in a minute. Now, I had been hoping, wishing, and in the end, praying for the release of a Sometime in New York City box set, the ultimate mixes. We'd had John Lennon Plastic Ono Band, we'd had Imagine, the next album was Sometime in New York City. And it looked like we were going to get it. Sean Lennon set up a website dedicated to the potential upcoming release of Sometime in New York City box set, the ultimate mixes, sometime in 2022, neatly marking the 50th anniversary of the album. Then I started reading some things regarding the contentious issue of the opening track on the album, Woman is the Nigger of the World. And I thought to myself, this could well cause a bit of a stir, as it did all those years ago. And so it has since proven. The release of the box set stalled, everything seemed to go quiet, bar the constant questioning from the fans, who continued to ask, where is it? But there didn't appear to be any answers. Time passed, and then attention quickly shifted to the next release in John Lennon's back catalogue, Mind Games, which was released in 2024. And so for us fans, there's this Sometime in New York City shaped hole in this continuing reappraisal of John's post-Beatles works. But as I said earlier, this upcoming Power to the People box set covers absolutely everything that you could imagine from the 1972 period. And we are getting 9 of the 10 ultimate mixes from the original studio album. What we're not getting is, of course, Woman is the Nigger of the World. It's been completely disregarded from this upcoming box set. Over 9 CDs and 3 Blu-rays, it's not mentioned at all. Naturally, there's been no official word from either Sean Lennon nor the team that distributes John's music. Is it Universal Music? But one imagines that the song will not be released in any way, shape or form in this day and age because of the use of the M-word. It's a racial slur, and we can't have that against John Lennon's good name, can we? I don't mind telling you, I'm more than a bit annoyed about this. And so I'd like to talk a little bit about the song, how it was perceived and received all of those years ago, and what I think of it. It was a controversial release by John and Yoko, who saw fit to release the song as the upcoming single from the Sometime in New York City album back in April 1972. It was actually Yoko who coined the phrase, the title of the song, during an interview that took place back in 1968. The title was then quoted on the front cover of Nova magazine in 1969. Upon doing a little bit of research for this video, I went back and found that whilst the M-word was no doubt a derogatory term, it was commonly used at the time. So when John and Yoko sat down to write this song together, no doubt they looked back and found this phrase and thought, this is exactly the title we need for this pro-women song that we're going to write. It will stand out, it will shock people, like a newspaper headline would. You see, this isn't a song about racism. Importantly, John said that the use of the M-word is used as a reference to anyone who is oppressed, as women were, or black people were, at that time. And from a simple and straightforward point of view, I've always thought that this is a really good song, and it sends a strong and powerful message. Musically, I love the blaring saxophones, the drama of the strings, and it features some great guitar licks and soloing. Yoko had suggested that women were the most oppressed group, and from that, I guess, these heavy lyrics came. Woman is the nigger of the world. Yes, she is. Think about it. Woman is the nigger of the world. Think about it. Do something about it. If she's real, we say she's trying to be a man. While putting her down, we pretend that she's above us. We make her bear and raise our children, and then we leave her flat for being a fat old mother hen. We insult her every day on TV and wonder why she has no guts or confidence. And I love the way that Lennon's vocal soars into the outro as he repeats, we make her paint her face and dance. And John's in really good voice too. He delivers an impassioned vocal. Naturally, some radio stations refused to play the song, and the song only reached number 57 on the Billboard chart, making it John's lowest charting single in the US. One critique of the song said that it showed a lack of nuanced and empathetic knowledge, but it wasn't all bad. Another critique said that the song makes a valid point, and one that's revolutionary of the time. And interestingly, the National Organisation for Women awarded John and Yoko a Positive Image for Women citation for the song's strong pro-feminist statement. How about that? And when I read that, it really lightened my heart, because I thought that's what the song was written for, and it was recognised for its efforts. You see, John and Yoko aren't using the N-word there in a derogatory way. They're really driving the message home that women were oppressed, as black people were. And John and Yoko clearly thought that the message of the song was all important and that it should be heard. And so the N-word obviously adds shock value to it and draws attention to it. But I do understand that in 2025, this song would not go down well. To put the song back out there in the public consciousness, here and now, in this day and age, it would no doubt invite a fair amount of criticism. I think that the song would naturally be reappraised, and all that anyone would focus on is the use of the N-word. They would casually disregard the song. They would only focus on that, I'm sure of it. I'm sure there'll be many YouTube videos made, probably by people who don't even like John Lennon, with dopey thumbnails going, was John Lennon a racist? Which I don't think he was. Don't forget, Yoko is Japanese. She was no stranger to a few racial slurs. Anyway, the song's not about racism, and I'm sure that Sean and Yoko wanted the song to be released in all of its former glory, if I could say that. And I'm sure that Universal Music will have said, absolutely not. That is not coming out, not in this day and age. Are you crazy? We want to sell this thing. And come to think of it, we've got a whole host of John Lennon releases lined up. We want to sell those too. We can't have people walking around accusing John Lennon of racism. I'm just annoyed because John Lennon's a big hero of mine, and I don't want his art to be compromised. And to ignore this song or revise history or sweep it under the carpet, so to speak, it seems so silly. But no matter what I say, it's not coming out, and I think that's the end of it. But funnily, another song from the Sometime in New York City album, John Sinclair, that's included in this upcoming box set. I'll quote a lyric from that song. If he'd been a soldier man shooting gooks in Vietnam. He uses the word gooks, also known as a racial slur. Gooks? Nah, that's fine, mate. Carry on. Anyhow, that's enough from me. What do you think to this song being left off this upcoming box set? Please leave any thoughts and comments down below. And as always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for my next video sometime soon. Until then, bye for now.